Hey, this is Omar from DepressionHero.com, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about another insight that I got being at the hospital. And I mentioned in another video that I'm at the intensive care unit, the ICU, at this hospital here, where my mother-in-law is going through some treatment for some stuff. And here's another insight that I got, and I want to share it with you. And it has to do, again, if you're going through a difficult time, if you're having a problem with something, and you feel very frustrated, and you feel stuck, and you feel depressed, you feel anxious, you have all the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you're kind of overwhelmed with everything. And we all have these moments of problems and stuff. And so sitting at the ICU and watching people come in and go out, for 3 or 4 days has been a bit of an eye-opening experience for me. It's really the first time that I've had to experience that, fortunately. And I came to the realization that, if you are going through a difficult period, to go and sit in an intensive care unit where there is somebody who is possibly not going to be able to walk out of there. There's a possibility that the people who are inside the ICU will probably not walk out of there. And it gave me this amazing perspective of how fortunate we are in what we have. And so even though you may have all these issues and all these problems and you're feeling overwhelmed with everything, we sometimes forget, I'm just going to walk back this way, we sometimes forget that, in many ways we have so many things to be grateful for. We have so many things to be grateful for. And just being in this ICU has just given me a whole different perspective. We always think that our problems are so difficult, and we get so involved, and we get so self-involved in them. And then we see, people, and they're out, the doctor gives them bad news, and they're like distraught. I mean, that's some serious stuff, especially for the person inside, So the point of this message is to really help you find a way to get some clarity on your situation. And of course we all have difficult and different situations, and I'm not trying to minimize if you are going through a difficult situation. But what I am trying to say is it gives you perspective. If you go sit in an ICU for just even a few hours and you realize that there's somebody worse off than you, somebody who has some kind of health challenge that you don't have, possibly, and it gives you perspective. And a lot of times we take our health, just even small things for granted. And when that small thing is taken away from us, suddenly it becomes a huge deal. Suddenly it becomes a huge deal. And that's when we really notice it. So that's why a practice of gratitude, in the morning and the evening before you go to bed, before you go to sleep, just to remind you of how beneficial how beneficial your life is. Like I remind myself at night, like, thank God I can walk, especially after being here. Thank God I can dance, thank God that I can eat just about anything I want. There are people who have celiac disease, who can't have wheat, and they can't have this, and they have to be really, really super careful. So just the fact that I can eat almost anything I want, like chocolate, for example, is something to be grateful for. So that's the point for this message, is there's always somebody worse off than you, and it gives you perspective, and just to be grateful for what you do have. And when you focus on the gratitude instead of the problem that you're facing, the issues that you're facing, then it changes your energy around, and you can start to pull your way out of it, and you can start to focus on other things. So there's a plane coming, so I'm going to sign off. This is Omar from DepressionHero.com. Please go to the website and look for some of the other articles and videos that I've done if you're going through a difficult time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.